Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is one of those stories that could shake up the entire NFC East and honestly, the NFL landscape for the coming seasons. Rumors are swirling, and insiders like Adam Schefter are indicating that a major offensive trade might be on the horizon. And no, we're not talking about just any player, but someone who could transform Washington's offense almost overnight. The buzz is that Michael Pittman Jr., the dynamic wide receiver from Indianapolis, might be heading east, specifically to the Washington Commanders. And what's really intriguing about this potential deal is that it's not just a straight swap of players, but involves some draft capital, namely, a second-round pick in 2026, and surprisingly, the inclusion of Dyami Brown, a young receiver with a lot of potential but still trying to find his footing in the league. Let's unpack this a bit. The Colts, currently sitting at 2-3, and in a bit of a rebuild mode after the Anthony Richardson era, are looking to move assets that can help them build for the future. With a cap space of around $14 million, they're focusing on bolstering their offensive line and acquiring young talent to develop. Pittman, who was drafted back in 2020 from USC, has really come into his own this year. His breakout season in 2023 saw him rack up over 150 yards receiving, making him one of the top 15 wide receivers in the league. His route running is precise, and his ability to make contested catches, 50% of the time, no less, makes him a nightmare for defenses. His yards after catch, averaging almost 6 yards per reception, plus his high expected points added per target, show that he's not just a big target but a playmaker who can turn short passes into significant gains. For the Commanders, this move makes a lot of sense. Right now, their wide receiver core are dealing with a significant depth crisis. Terry McLaurin, their top receiver, has been battling a quadriceps injury and is expected to miss Week 6, which leaves Washington scrambling for options. Noah Brown, who's been a reliable contributor, is also sidelined due to a groin and knee injury, missing the last 3 games. Adding Pittman into this mix could be a game-changer. Imagine him lining up alongside McLaurin when he returns, or even as a primary target while McLaurin is out. Pittman's ability to mold routes for quarterback Jayden Daniels could be the key to unlocking a more potent aerial attack in the NFC East. And speaking of Jayden Daniels, he's been steadily improving, and with Pittman's skill set, his route precision, contested catchability, and YAC potential, the connection could elevate Washington's offense to new heights. Pittman's stats in 2023 are impressive. He's averaging over 10 yards per reception, with 109 catches for over 150 yards and 4 touchdowns, ranking him among the league's top receivers. His advanced stats, like a top 20 EPA per target and a PFF grade of 85-2, highlight how efficient and impactful he's been this season. Plus, his YAC, yards after catch, at nearly 6 yards per reception, shows his explosiveness and ability to turn a short pass into a big play. Now, projecting forward, if Pittman joins Washington, he could realistically reach around 10 yards receiving, perhaps even more. The offense could see its passing yards per game jump from around 215 to close to 255, which is a significant boost. His chemistry with Daniels could lead to an increase in explosive plays, with more than 12 per game, and help the Commanders climb the ranks of the NFL's top passing offenses. That's not just speculation. These are numbers backed by his recent performances and his fit within the offense. The addition of Pittman could also help reduce turnovers, which has been an issue for Washington, by providing a reliable target in critical situations. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The NFL playoff picture is shaping up, and with a move like this, the Commanders are clearly positioning themselves as serious contenders. Their odds of making a deep playoff run improve as the offense gets more explosive, and Pittman's YAC ability, especially in the red zone against man coverage, could be a crucial factor. Against teams like the Cowboys, who rely heavily on their defense, having a receiver who can win contested catches and gain extra yards after the catch could be the difference in tight games. His presence, combined with the existing weapons like McLaurin, makes Washington a more balanced and dangerous team. On the flip side, the Colts might be looking at this as a strategic rebuild. They've been struggling on defense, currently ranked 25th in points allowed, with about 26 points per game. Moving Pittman for draft capital and a young receiver like Dyami Brown indicates that Indianapolis is focusing on acquiring assets that can be developed for the future, even if it means sacrificing some immediate offensive firepower. It's a gamble, sure, but one that could pay off if they hit on their draft picks and develop their young players. The Colts' offensive production might dip slightly, but they're clearly prioritizing building a foundation for long-term success, even if that means a temporary dip in offensive efficiency. Back to Washington, the excitement around this potential trade isn't just about adding a talented receiver. It's about what this signals for their ambitions. The odds for winning the Super Bowl have already shortened from plus 6,000 to plus 2,800, which shows how much analysts believe the team's chances are improving. The NFC East, with the Eagles and Cowboys, has always been a tough division. But with Pittman's addition, especially considering his YAC and red zone efficiency, the Commanders could be a dark horse in the playoffs. His ability to boost their passing game, especially in critical moments, could be the difference maker that propels Washington into the top tier of NFC contenders. And of course, all of this hinges on the successful execution of the deal and how quickly Pittman can integrate into the team's offensive scheme. The coaching staff, led by their offensive coordinators, will need to tailor the game plan to maximize his strengths: routes, contested catches, and yards after catch. With Jaden Daniels developing as a quarterback, this pairing has the potential to be special. Daniels, who's already thrown for over 300 yards and 8 touchdowns this season, can now rely on a weapon like Pittman to stretch defenses and create mismatches. It's a symbiotic relationship that could elevate both players and the entire offense. In the grand scheme of things, this trade could also be a statement of intent by the Commanders. They're not just content to compete, they want to contend. They're willing to make bold moves, leverage draft capital, and take calculated risks to build a team capable of making a deep playoff run and, hopefully, challenging for a Super Bowl. Pittman's arrival might not be the only move they make, but it's certainly one that signals their seriousness. It's about building around young talent, maximizing their offensive potential, and creating a team that can compete at the highest level. So, fans, imagine the scene: Pittman in burgundy and gold, running crisp routes, making contested catches, and helping elevate this offense to a new level. The excitement is palpable, and the potential is enormous. With the current trajectory, the Commanders could be on the verge of a renaissance, and Pittman might just be the X factor they need to make it all happen. All eyes will be on this story in the coming days as more details emerge, and the NFL world watches closely how this move will reshape the NFC East landscape. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. Do you believe Pittman can be the piece that pushes Washington into serious Super Bowl contention? Or do you think this could backfire, and the Colts might regret trading away such a talented receiver? Either way, I'm eager to hear your predictions and reactions. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's keep the passion alive for our beloved team.